Did you see this? What's this? You got to be kidding me. What is it? It's a train that says 1776 National Champs, delivered by President Donald J. Trump and Secretary Sean P. Duffy. Where is this? What is this? This is not AI. Is this real? Biden bought these trains. This is embarrassing on so many levels. Okay, counterpoint. Counterpoint. I don't care. If Trump wants to call them the Trump trains, as long as he fucking builds them, I don't, fucking whatever. We'll move past it when he's over. If I can convince him to spend money on trains and not fucking war in Iran, put his fucking face in the front. Just give me some trains, bro. Do you think Trump lays his head down at night looking at a pic of Biden? Yes, in my fan fiction. In my headcanon fan fiction, they're doomed Yowie. And Trump and Biden both 100% lust for each other. What if it's his face on the back of every chair so you have to stare at him every trip? That's still fine. That's still fine. Just build more trains. Have you ever taken the LA subway? Why don't more people take it? The traffic's so bad. I mean, the real reason is that LA is so spread out that even once you get, it's like I take subway in a place like New York or Copenhagen or whatever, where when you get out of the subway, you're in a dense city center. But when you get off a subway in LA, you're still so far from where you want to go that you need a car. LA's not dense. Not really. Not like between where you want to go and where you want to, like, it just wouldn't be useful for me. Now I do go on the subway every now and then to do meth. It's like one of my favorite places to do meth. Obviously you can just chill back, relax. But I don't use it for riding around. Meth is so out. Fent is what's in. Isn't Fent kind of played out? It's definitely meth o'clock where I'm from. After living in Copenhagen, I can tell you biking is a true engagement transport. Yeah, and biking plus train is fucking awesome. You feel healthy. You get a little movement. You would do it in a high trust area where you feel like less likely your bike's gonna get stolen. Even better. It's the dream. It's the fucking dream. I used to bike everywhere when I was at ASU. I loved it. I loved biking. It was awesome. I work at a Freightliner truck plant, and we just got back from a 6-month layoff. But now we're back with the Iran stuff. Make me think truck sales still something will be laid off again. Yeah, I don't know. Let me keep you updated. See what you think. Fent is what weed dreams to be. Okay, I don't think any drug is dreaming of being another drug. And I certainly don't think weed is like praying it could become Fent one day. Did you see Howard Lutnick admitting to a long storied relationship with Epstein? No? Is that real? Howard Lutnick admitted to a long storied relationship with Jeffrey Epstein? Not that he doesn't have one, but Lutnick admits to having prolonged ties to Epstein in closed door interview. The Commerce Secretary, He acknowledged visiting Epstein's island 7 years after he claimed to have severed his ties. Yeah, we knew this. He went on that fucking interview show and said, like, I knew this guy was gross, and I got out of there, and I said, we're never talking to him again. And then, like, it's like you had dinner with him a dozen times after that. He was evasive, nervous. He was dishonest. He would not admit to lying, which he clearly did. If her party retook the House majority, Democrats could call Lutnick back in for additional questioning or a public hearing. Yeah, do it. Fucking do it. They deserve to see the sweat on the secretary's brow as he struggles to answer basic questions about his lies to the American people. We need progress on the Epstein files. And the people in power who openly lied about him. Even the Kentucky Republican acknowledged in reports for the interview that Lutnick wasn't 100% truthful. Such a funny way to say he lied. Such a fun. He wasn't 100% truthful when he said that he didn't talk to Epstein, and he did. Was it 99% truthful? Was it 1%? We don't know. But it wasn't 100. We know that. Lutnick ultimately could not explain why he went to Epstein's island. Interesting. Lutnick could not answer questions about whether he spoke with Trump in advance of his testimony Wednesday. Yikes! Yikes. Cargo short targeted ad? Sure. I wouldn't mind some cargo shorts. Get a nice fucking Zelda t-shirt and these bad babies. I'll be the coolest fucking guy at Costco. Hey, Twitch man, how come we don't hear about India as much as China? Why isn't as big a presence on the world stage based on population? It doesn't have the manufacturing prowess of China. So it is still relatively poorer and less powerful. Though India is still, I mean, I'm invested in it. India is a growing country. They're going to have the best demographics of any country on earth in like the 2040s, 50s. It's big, but it's got systems and governance issues that make it all everyone pull in the same direction. Yeah, there's corruption problems. I mean, there's corruption problems in America, China, and India, but India's got a particularly egregious inability to get people to unlock their potential. So that's probably the problem in the short term. I think India can figure it out. There's going to be you know what's going to be interesting? In our lifetimes, there's this big question, this big gigantic question mark that nobody knows the answer to. And it's this. Here, I'm going to fucking... It's this fucking question. Do demographics matter? Now, of course, if you flash back any year before 2020, the answer is yes. They matter 100%. But there's this big question mark is, in an age of AI compute and robotics, let's say 20 years from now, 30 years from now, does it matter that you have more old than young? Do you need the same population pyramid? It's a question. We don't know how it plays out. But if they do matter, then every country, basically every country in Europe, China, Japan, Korea, and America in a way, although they were not as bad, but it is still bad. All of them are on a demographic cliff. All of them are going to have too many old, not enough young. And that's a big fucking question mark. What does that mean? If it means disaster, then we're gonna have Children of Men style disaster. But if there's a adaptation with technology, then they might just take off. Like they have all the money, they just take off. If it does matter, demographics do matter, then you're going to see the rise of Africa and India, who have the excellent demographics for the next generation. Again, when all of these areas rose, when all of them had their best years, their growth years, they had good demographics. So, by normal logic, it would be the turn of these people, of Africa and India. But technology could change that. That is the fucking cue, bro. That's the cue. What if India started a new Hollywood? What would you even call that? That's not the question you have, really. Wouldn't immigration help with demographic? Yeah, it would. But you know what? Almost all of these countries, actually, I would say all of them, are becoming more anti-immigrant. It's hard to be more anti-immigrant than China already was, but they're all more anti-immigrant. In fact, yeah, even China's becoming more. It was already bad, but they're all becoming more. So, that is a tough challenge. Even Japan, especially Japan. Japan more than most, bro. Japan is more than most. Japan has like fucking almost no immigrants and has blamed them for all their problems. It's because they kicked the deer. It's because they kicked the deer. Ryan Cohen's. I don't need daily updates on Ryan Cohen's eBay saga. I think it's a big joke. I think it's a stupid idea and a big joke, bro. I promise you, I'm not turning this into fucking super stonk. I'm not here to help you try to bail out your bags, bro. I. What do you think about the? Do you think the Chinese aging population will help with high youth unemployment? I guess. What you're saying is that they will all have jobs available because there's so few of them comparatively? Yeah, maybe. But the problem is, here's the problem. Here's the problem with demographic cliffs. I want to explain, like, because people will just go like, well, why can't we just have less people? Like the world's overpopulated enough. We don't need more people. The problem is not necessarily the amount of people, it's the pyramid. It's that normally you need a few old people who are taken care of by usually taxes, social security, whatever, from a large amount of working young. Okay? If you invert that pyramid and you have a gigantic amount of old people who cannot work productively but require massive state subsidies from a increasingly shrinking pool of people who have to get taxed heavily, then there's a lot of anger and resentment and fury among that working middle class. They feel increasingly squeezed to subsidize the lives of the old. Okay? So that is a demographic problem. That's why you were afraid of this. The geriatrics yearn for the mines. Yeah, dude, get them, put them to work. Ooh. Mm. Luckily, young adults are probably saving extra hard for retirement to prepare for this problem. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Mm. Ritual sacrifice of old people? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's a problem. It's a problem all these countries, not just America, are hurtling towards, and they don't have a good solution yet. We don't even know what it's going to be like. Some say that automation fixes this. I don't know if it does. We're going to find out. Will it fix it? Maybe. But if not, it's a real problem. There's going to be some real. I think there already is such a fury towards the old in most of these countries. We even felt it in China, bro.